Oh, for crying out loud. All because of a zombie that could spike lightning at me. Well, guys, this is definitely a start in a new episode here. I was in the middle of just shuffling some things around here when we had to be a zombie spotted me. It just started raining lightning down at my spot. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm a little salty right now that this has happened. But I could always grow another tree to replace this one. I got plenty of saplings. Appears the chests aren't being messed with or anything like that, so unfortunately to get the chests up here though, I'm going to have to do a little bit of scaffolding. But yeah, so long for having a treehouse of a home. Next time I build one of these though, definitely going to be having some fencing or some windows or something to be blocking off a zombie's line of sight, so this never happens again. Just by a lightning strike of a lightning zombie of a sort. My gosh. As I've mentioned in the previous episode, I am wanting to be hitting the steam age, so I need to make some copper wires, some circuitry components, some vacuum tubes, to make all the components necessary to make this sort of thing. I've also been busy grinding away with a bunch of other quests too as well, especially with Tinker's Construct. I did make myself a steel set of heavier tools, but I'll have to recover those off of the tombstone here. But yeah, I've also relocated all these machines, upgraded steam production, and also processed a lot of metals and stuff too as well. Show what I did here in a sec. Oh, I won't be having an easy way up. But yeah, I made myself a railcraft tank. The low pressure boiler tank is for solid fuel, while the high pressure boiler tank is for the liquid fuel from the creosote. I did move the ovens here. I plan on... Oh, there you are. Yeah, this is going to be a frustrating moment. I'll show y'all what I've done a little bit later on. I need to recover some stuff from the grave there. But yeah, I burnt myself to death trying to put out the fire. It's quite funny. The first time, I was able to stop the initial burn, but then a second lightning strike did a final blow to get me killed and what caused this disaster. I'm going to retrieve these items real quick, then I'll deal with that giant zombie if he's still alive, and then get back to you once I shuffle some items around. So this is pretty much the ruins of the treehouse now. I got all the items and stuff that's up in the upper stores relocated down into the underground storage room I've created. It's going back to be my place of operations for now. I will eventually have to clear off all these logs here and just replant another tree and just haul out that tree. You know what? That works with me. I could use the wood. I just don't like the fact that, well, my first starter home just burnt down thanks to that giant zombie that's able to just zap me with lightning. Went for lightning leaving fire. Man. This really is a bummer. On a plus side, got these pretty much set up now. As y'all can see, I've upgraded the bronze machines into steel machines. They work so much better, but they demand more steam. This low pressure boiler tank alone isn't enough to handle all these machines running. All these machines run at once anyways. But with the aid of the high pressure boiler here, that'll work its wonders. I see. Yeah. So this will be my temporary Steam setup, especially Steam setup temperature LV tier. I'll be having like small turbine systems powering a bunch of machines here and there. And thinking that all the LV machines will be starting off in here. I'll be expanding more towards the base as I progress to MV and HV. I'll have to see how these tiers of next machinery go, though. But in the meantime, I got the kitchen relocated. I got all my storage here sorted out and relocated. I just got to make this room a little bit easier to navigate, a lot nicer looking. This way I can just walk around proud instead of looking around here thinking, gosh, I need to make this place... Enderman? Nah. Grabbing a dirt block, popping that torch out. Bottom line is, I want to just get this area a lot more decorated in the future. Preferably sooner rather than later, so that way I can walk around feeling good about the place. So right now, this place, to me, is a mess. So yeah, got some more work to do in the future. Probably scrapping a lot of these here. I won't be needing this anymore. I do want to move the blast furnaces over though, be underground. I'll probably be like chimney popping out at the surface here just for one aesthetics, stuff like that. Whoop! Hello. And I need to swap hands real quick. Man, these zombies like to pop in nowhere. It's part of why I want to move my operations underground, because I've gotten tired of being harassed by zombies. It's the zombies are causing me the problem, especially the ones that has their own little modifiers on it. Hence why I paid the price of the tree for that. And I was just only in the bedroom level. Anyhow, as I was saying before this episode, I want to get done with tier 0.5 and just get the steam turbine here going. So anyways, I'll spare the time to talk here and start getting cracking on that. Okay, so first order of business, we'll focus on the wires here. So red alloy and copper wire. I'll have to find stuff too as well before I coat them with that. With rubber, that is. With copper foil. Well, hammer that down with the thing then. Alright, rock and roll. Right here. Going. Oh, circuit, of course. Stimulation. Was the quest completed at once? But yeah, finally got the steam turbine. Cool. What I'm thinking now is that will have to have like a steam turbine power a certain set of equipment in specific modules together, and have the steam pipes be routed all over the place to supply steam to any localized steam turbines per module. Reason being is that, yeah, I could use like a bunch of steam engines and have them be distributed across all sorts of cables, stuff like that. But one, cables can only handle so much voltage going through them. Two, there's always going to be some extent of energy lost through cables. So, I'm definitely going to want to have like a steam pipe network going all over the place to keep the cables from blowing up and to make sure that all the energy doesn't get lost due to the length of cable. But yeah, slowly throughout time though, I will be replacing these steam machines with the LV machinery here. But as I've learned just by crafting the steam turbine alone, LV is going to be quite expensive. So eventually we'll have to go around and dig up more for materials like copper. This demanded a lot of copper. Anyhow, let's see what's on next to do on my list here. Okay, so I'm seeing that immediately the wire mill is available. The wire mill recipes for making wires is considerably more efficient than just cutting plates with the cutters, burning through the cutters while at the same time only getting one wire per plate, where I can actually get, I think like what, 2 wires per ingot? Yeah, 2 wires per ingot. Now with this current setup, it takes like 3 ingots to make 2 plates. So 3 ingots, 2 wires with this current setup. While with the basic wire mill here, as y'all see, 2 wires from 1 ingot. So from 3 ingots to the wire mill, I can get like 6 wires versus 2 wires from 3 ingots. My next step of progression is for sure the wire mill. All I need is like 2 circuits and it'll be whole. Yeah, I'll be redirecting my attention making this for sure. Got to get popping on the wire mill here. Just real quick, select that on the amps to sustain. I guess I need ground footage for that. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so let's go for buckets in. That's actually nice behavior to see, actually. As soon as that buffer's full, it's not consuming energy. That's pretty much, a program circuit. Which means I'll need to make more circuits. Alright, this bit made more copper wire, so... Steel, actually, I got plenty of steel plates here. I can make the castings. Oop. There we go. I did make this steel cast. This steel. Oh, it's just 2 ingots to that. Well, luckily I know where I already produced 2 steel ingots at. Okay, I got this working. This is using 4 EUs per tick. Alright, so 4 EUs per tick. Well, it's definitely worth investment. Not to mention it uses like 4 EOs per tick, so that's about one of these should be able to power 8 of these wire mills. But yeah, as I was mentioning before, you're able to get 2 wires out of every ingot rather than going through the forge hammer here to make 2 plates out of 3 ingots, just to ultimately get 2 wires from 3 ingots. This is a big difference. It should help make wires stretch a longer ways until I can find a more efficient circuit recipe. But yeah, that's good progress. Okay, y'all, so this episode's actually getting to be pretty long already, so I think I'm going to be calling it here. Despite the setback, I'm glad to be able to finally get into LV. While I was off camera, I did make myself a basic polarizer since it was really easy to make compared to all the other machines. The obstacle right now with making a lot of these LV machines, though, are the circuits. I want to make myself like the electric furnace, the mixer, and all the other stuff, but circuits are very costly, not to mention that there's a lot of copper that's going to be required. I definitely need to go mining for more copper. I can do that off camera. I know where some copper batches are at. Now here's a short-term plan or medium-term plan for the LV stuff now. I'm going to get a lot of the essential machines to help me process like the ingot materials into machine parts a lot easier. Get that set up first. Then I'll make myself a steam turbine to start making my ore processing module walls. This way I can start getting the most out of all the ores that I shove in. So, something that I did take note, and I already did his calculations ahead of time here. So basically, to process an ore, I'm going to have it go through a macerator to an ore washing plant, down to another macerator to a centrifuge before it gets baked into ingots. So each of these machines have like their own power usage. Macerators will use 2 EUs per tick. This, I believe, uses like, what, 4? Let me double check that real quick. Oh, 16. Alright, I misspoken. So 16 EUs per tick. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I believe this uses 7. Let me get this situated here. Well, that's a lot of recipes to go through, but I believe that the LP centrifuge uses 7 EUs per tick. I might be wrong. Please correct me in the comments if I am. But all that in combination with the furnace, I'm thinking should be requiring only 1 steam turbine. So every processing wall will need 1 steam turbine. And get that going and see what it does then and there. I'm also thinking about swapping off the high pressure boiler components with the low pressure boiler components here. So that way the coal coke goes towards the high pressure side to keep everything powered to mass in the future. All depends on how much coal each steam engine consumes. So that's pretty much a future plan, pretty much quickly laid out. All this before I start rebuilding the tree base. So I'll get that small LV project started before I lean towards the tree here. Plus, too, once I get this tree set up, whatnot, I should be able to get more wood out of it that way too as well. I will at some point will want to start making a renewable way of producing power. I can probably develop a tree farm of a sort to be able to produce the charcoal necessary for that. I think it's necessary for producing benzene too as well. Maybe double check something. That net for charcoal and then benzene. Well, I don't know when benzene gets produced, but once it probably be somewhere around here. Well, that advanced coke oven does look pretty attractive to me. Hmm, I see. I probably will be progressing towards the cold coke oven, the advanced cold coke oven at some point. But that's for a distant future. Anyways, y'all, uh, I'll probably be doing a lot of mining and crafting of materials off camera. So next episode should be more focused on me actually building, actually placing down all the parts and whatnot here, rather than be watching me handcraft everything like I was doing with this episode. This way I'll be able to see more of the progress being made rather than looking at all the boring stuff. Anyhow, y'all take care and I wish y'all a fine day.